What do you do when your faith grows stagnant? When you want to feel close to God, but for whatever reason, you just don't? That's what we're going to talk about today. But before we do that, I want to introduce myself. My name is Lindsey Bell. I'm an author. I have a couple of books out, but more than that, I'm just someone on the journey. I'm someone who's trying to figure everything out just like the rest of us are. And I just wanted to hop on here really quickly and just share a little bit of my story. About 11 years ago, my husband and I had a miscarriage. And I remember after that miscarriage, just repeating Romans 8:28 to myself constantly, which Romans 8:28 says, and we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. And I remember that was just kind of my motto. I just knew God was going to bring something good from this miscarriage, from this painful experience that we were having. And then 3 months later, it was actually on New Year's Day. What a way to kick off the year, right? On New Year's Day, we had a second miscarriage. And after that one, I remember having some more questions and some more anger and some more disappointment and just wondering, I think somewhere I thought, you know, I can understand how God would allow one miscarriage, but how would he allow two within a time span of like 3 months? There was a lot of questions, but I still tried to be faithful and I tried to, put on that brave face. And then 6 months later, we had a third miscarriage. And after that third one, I think is when those questions really started to hit even harder. Questions like, why would a good God allow this hard thing? If God is really listening to my prayers, why isn't he doing anything? At least, why isn't he doing that one thing that I'm asking him to do? And then a year after that third one, we started seeing a specialist. And even under that specialist care, we still wasn't able to carry a baby to term. And so we had a fourth miscarriage. So we had 4 miscarriages within a span of about a year and a couple months. And I was just broken. And so I did what a lot of writers do. I took to the page and I wrote. And writing for me was therapy. It was the place where I could write those words that I couldn't say. It enabled me to put all of my feelings into words. And it was really, really therapeutic. And so I did that for a few years. I even wrote one of my books. It's called Unbeaten. I wrote that book as a result of kind of the trial that we were going through. And then I stopped writing. I don't think it was an intentional decision. It just kind of happened. Life got busier. My kids went to school full time. And as a result of that, I went to work outside of the home and just kind of let writing fall to the wayside. But along with writing, another thing that also kind of disappeared in my life is some of those spiritual disciplines that I've been doing for so long, like prayer and reading my Bible and practicing gratitude every single day. I think because of that disappointment that I felt with God, that disappointment like that God really wasn't listening when I prayed, I think deep down I started thinking, well, why am I even praying? If God's not hearing me, if my prayers aren't going any higher than the ceiling, then why am I even praying? And I don't know that I actually thought those things, but I think deep down that's kind of the doubt and the questions that I was having. And a few months ago, I just realized that my faith has grown really, really stagnant. God hasn't moved, but I think as a result of those disappointments and those feelings that I had, I think I let myself grow a little bit bitter and my heart became a little bit hard. And so I just wanted to jump on here today and I wanted to invite you to join me in the next few months. I'm going to take some steps to find my way back. Like I said, God didn't move away from me, but I think I moved away from him because of those hurt feelings that I was feeling and the disappointment and the discouragement. I think I pulled back. God didn't move, but I did. And I want to find my way back. So I want to invite you to join me. I'm not sure what this journey is going to look like just yet, but there is a journey coming. And I hope you'll stick with me and kind of learn along with me. If you're in a place where you're feeling like your faith has grown a little bit stagnant, I want to invite you to just join me. Join me on this journey and hopefully we can find our way back to God. Thanks for tuning in.